Hello again, SA Bogan here with another video with the Minelab Xterra 705 and beach settings to use when you're heading down to try and hit the sand for a while. So once again, turn it on, put it in all metal mode, that's what I use. Now you've also got the ground balance button. Press that in, then press and hold it, and you should see a beach umbrella in the top right hand corner here. This is so it can detect the mineralization that is on the beach, which is different to what you would have at the park. Jump out of it. Once again, I recommend using the auto track mode. It will go up and down as you're going along the beach as you get hot sand and cooler sand. Now people say, you know, what sort of sensitivity should I use when on dry, then medium, then wet sand. If you're on the dry sand, I recommend, and this is what I use, I go between around about 22 to 24. You can adjust it when you're there. Obviously adjust it when it starts making noise on its own without, you know, any sort of movement. Take it back a couple and it should be stable enough. As you're heading to the medium sand, I probably leave it around about, say, 15 to 18, yet again depending on the noise that's coming back as you're getting the sensitivity gain up. And then when I go down to the very wet sand or even putting it in the water, I'll sit around the 10 mark or as high above 10 as I can before it becomes unstable once again. As in the first video, still go through the setup on the noise cancelling. You can use discrimination if you like, you know, kick out all the iron or the lower stuff, but to be honest, the sand is soft enough that you can dig it within 2 seconds and find out if it's junk or not. But that's pretty much what I use. One thing I didn't explain in the last video is the arrow that is going down the screen. That is the depth gauge. So depending on how deep the target is will depend on how many arrows stay on the screen. One arrow, I believe, is about 2 inches, so give or take. The more arrows, the more time you're spending digging a hole to China. One thing I do like about the Xterra, which is very different to my dad's detector, which is the Garrett Ace 350, once you have gone over a target several times and then, you know, lift the detector off the ground, it'll actually hold the target ID to screen and will also hold the depth on screen as well. And that normally won't change until you actually run over another patch of ground that has a target in it, so that'll stay up on the screen for a while. Now I will show you the equipment that I use at the beach. Fairly basic. We'll be back in 1 second. Alright, well here's my sand scoop. Lucky enough to pick it up on eBay from someone in Queensland. Hasn't been used. These retail for about close to 200 from American eBay. That's with postage. It's the Indiana Prime beach scoop. Fairly light. Then just a cheap broom handle that I got from Bunnings. Well, it was about 10 bucks. And I just cut it to a particular height that I liked. It's got the U-bolts that hold it in. And another purchase was my beach shoes. Picked these up at Bunnings for, I think, just under 10 bucks. So it saves you from, you know, walking on any rocks or you know, any junk that might be on the beach. And on New Year's Day it was fairly junky out there. Plus on the back of my scoop I've got a couple of screws or bolts that are sticking out, and I've used it a couple of times without shoes and it doesn't feel too good on the feet. And lastly, something that people keep asking me about is the Coil Tech Watt 15-inch coil. I actually picked this up also on eBay from Bendigo Gold. I got the 7.5. It came with the scratch plate as well. And to be completely honest, if you're going to be detecting at the beach or the park, I'd like to cover as much ground as possible. It's a double D coil. It does the job, but after a while your arm's pretty much going to fall off your body, so you might want to learn how to swing with both arms. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Catch ya.